Screw self-improvement. This is the conclusion I came to just recently in my life, just through all the years of at least 15 years of self-improvement in my life now, meditating, journaling, improving myself, my social skills, and all that jazz. I'm going to tell you in this video how I came to this conclusion, so let's get into it. So, I keep getting comments about, why have you been disappearing? Why you stopped making videos? And, it's like I posted a video 1 month ago and then people think that now I will stop making videos forever. And it's this funny thing. And by the way, this video is completely improvised. So in case that you have, in case that this video seems a bit less structured, it's because literally I did not plan any of that. It's just kind of something I want to do more of, maybe, so, to sort of get out of the perfectionism I've been struggling with. When you don't release a lot of content, it's really hard to get back into it because then you will lose momentum, basically. So how did I come to this conclusion? Well, it's simple. The reason why I came to this conclusion that, self-help is it becomes useless at a certain point and you don't really need it is because literally, to be happy in life, you don't really have to do anything. There are no prerequisites to be happy. Even in psychology or in self-help, they'll tell you, to be happy, you need all those needs met. You need to have those needs met, self-esteem, you need to have good friends, you need to have good hobbies, you need a good career, all those stuff. And because of those prerequisites that we have, we feel pressure that we need to live up to all of those expectations in order to be happy. The same comes with the idea of following your dream. If you don't have a dream, if you don't follow it, then you're going to be unhappy. Or if you don't pursue your passion, your purpose, then you're not going to be happy. Even in some of my videos, I think I'm still guilty of that, is that let's say I'll push the idea onto you that you need to find your purpose or you need to figure out what you want to do in your life. If you don't, then you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life working at a job that you hate. Well, that's not exactly the case. See, even myself, I felt it into this idea of setting certain expectations that you have to meet in order to be happy. But in fact, you don't need any of those things to be happy. Yes, those will help, but don't feel obliged to pursue those things if that's not something that you genuinely care about. For example, a few years ago, I was truly fully into self-improvement, especially when I was single. That's the time when I have the most time to myself, so then I could really self-improve and, start meeting women and all that until I met my girlfriend. And, all of these things culminated into building the person that I am. So I'm not discrediting all of that work. But recently, I've slowed down a lot of my personal improvement. I don't meditate as much, for example, with my exercise routine. I still exercise, but I'm not as strict about it. I'm not going to beat myself up if let's say I skip a workout or two. Even with my diet as well, I haven't fully let go. Okay, I wouldn't say I've decided to become fat. I still care a lot about my health, for example, but now I've really sort of taken a step back and allow my diet to sort of, I listen to my body more now instead of sort of depriving myself because I want to follow this strict intermittent fasting protocol. Now I'm going to listen more to my body and sort of, in a strange way, you could say that slowing the pace down, maybe that's a form of self-improvement and helping myself. But paradoxically speaking, at the same time, by slowing things down, it's like by saying no to self-improvement, I'm sort of self-improving in a strange paradoxical way. Now you could say, well, this whole video is bullshit now because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You first said that self-improvement is bullshit. Now you're saying that actually putting self-improvement aside is a form of self-improvement. Now what the fuck are you trying to say? Well, exactly. That's the paradox of self-improvement. That's why it's so fascinating. And I have, and while I don't really know where the fuck this video is headed towards, what I'm trying to say is that the expectations set in the self-improvement community, the hustle culture, the stoicism that you see out there of working yourself hard, masculinity now it seems like the idea of masculinity is being pushed so hard on men now, even in self-improvement. And now men want to become more masculine. There's all those guides on masculinity, how to have more testosterone and all that. And yes, there is some merit to that, especially in a culture where I know I'm going to get crucified for this, but a culture that's been overly influenced by feminism in certain contexts, not only politically speaking, but even sort of an individual level for certain people. Now men feel like they're lacking this sort of masculinity. So in a sense, now masculinity wants to do a comeback. But at the same time, it's like, all these things that I'm talking to you about, it's like all those expectations that are put on you are making you miserable, right? It's not only societal expectation, which I've been, sort of demonizing a lot on my channel, but even expectations of yourself that you have of yourself, or expectations of the new culture that you've joined. So now, if we sort of take a step back and look at spiral dynamics, if you don't know what that is, you can check my video. Just type in Nameless spiral dynamics on YouTube, you'll find it. From a spiral dynamics perspective, you could see that it's really sort of a groupthink, sort of stage blue problem, where now you quit a community to join another community, and now instead of falling for the beliefs of the average person from society, now you fall for the trap of believing everything that self-help teaches you. Now you can see how that can become problematic simply because you join a community that promised you that you'll be happy if you follow your dreams, that you'll be happy when you grow yourself to the fullest, or you'll be happy when you get a six-pack and when you become rich. Well, in fact, the whole time you could find this happiness within. And I published a video a while back about how to live your life, how to simplify your life. And this video hasn't gotten a lot of traction, and it's kind of sad because I feel this is a video that really the self-improvement community needs. But for some reason, that's not what people are looking for, which is why it's not getting much views. But it's so goddamn important, which is why I did this video. There seems to be this maximalistic approach. Is that a word? Maximalist approach? There's a maximalist approach to self-improvement now, where we only want to acquire, become better, grow, and all that. Well, in fact, I believe that self-improvement has more to do with undoing and unlearning more than actually learning. Yes, you learn certain things at the beginning. For example, you learn meditation, but at a certain point of development, you have to stop this and sort of go back to just living fucking life, dude. And that in itself probably will do you more good than any sort of self-help technique you obsess over. For example, me, what have I been doing the last year or two, and why have I been much less active on this YouTube channel? Well, I've been busy just, taking care of myself and exploring new hobbies, having fun and all that. I'll try to put some videos in because I know those videos tend to be just me speaking. So I'm gonna try to put some footage here. So I've been experimenting with video games recently, playing racing simulators, really fun stuff. I've been playing a lot of different games, watching anime, for example. I've been watching Ergo Proxy, Technolize, Serial Experiments Lane, sort of the dark stuff I like. What else? I've been to this anime convention. I took a picture with Pikachu. Also been to a Rubik's Cube competition, and I placed 68th out of 200, and that was super fun achievement for me. Competing against 12-year-olds, that was the most fun thing I've had in a while. And I've been going out with friends, just hang out with my friends, have a good time, and that's pretty much it. While I've been doing that for the last year or two, I haven't thought about it. I stopped caring about my business. I stopped caring about self-improvement. I stopped caring about my purpose. I really put this all aside, and yes, in a way, maybe I did that because I was going through this sort of depression and burnout, but at the same time, that's the thing that I needed, that's the push that I needed to, I guess, go full circle, go from self-improvement to afterwards being depressed, going through my sort of internal struggles, then going back into self-improvement again, but from a clearer perspective, which is what I've been able to do recently. I love self-improvement. I still love it. It's something that you need to reflect upon, not just blindly do. And if you've been in it for a while, my advice for you, if you haven't been getting the results you want, is take a fucking step back. Enjoy your life. Go to a festival, do mushrooms, wherever it's legal. I don't fucking know. Play video games. They tell you in self-help, don't play video games, it's gonna rot your brain. Like, fuck what those self-help junkies are telling you, or whatever, those entrepreneurs that tell you, if you play video games, you're a little bitch, you're a little kid. Screw those guys. And there's so much art in video games, and it's like, it's such an immersive experience. And to me, the virtual world is just as interesting as the real world, which is why I enjoy video games, just as much, sometimes more than real life. And having this sort of perspective clash of reality and virtuality together, I think it's a beautiful mix to live life with. As technology will improve, I think the virtual world and reality will sort of merge at a certain point, which is totally exciting, and I don't want to miss out on that, which is why I still love video games, and I am totally for the development of video games and how that can sort of expand how art can be conveyed, how creativity can be conveyed, how this can also even help the world in some way. Yes, okay, video games has some issues in some way, shape, or form, but I think that overall speaking, it could be a good thing. So what am I trying to say with all this rambling? I'm trying to say that you don't have, when it comes to improving your life, don't look into only one narrow aspect, as in self-help books, for example. A lot of improvement has to do with just living your life. Live your life. Have hobbies. Have friends. Have things that you enjoy doing. Sometimes self-improvement is even also about accepting certain aspects of yourself that, maybe you wouldn't dare to accept because self-improvement told you that you shouldn't be eating donuts. Now, how about you eat the fucking donut and you feel great doing it and you don't shame yourself for it and you do it? Even if it were for 1 week straight, you eat a donut every single day for a whole week straight and you don't shame yourself for it, even though you're on a diet and you're trying to get a six-pack. Can you do that, right? Even a greater test is, can you live a whole, can you spend a whole month, just playing video games, watching anime, hanging out with, your nerdy friends, and you don't do anything else, you just go to your shitty job and you come back. Can you still be happy doing that for a month straight? Now, I can guarantee you that 99% of people in the self-improvement community cannot do that. Now, that's my challenge to do. Spend a whole month being lazy, doing nothing, and playing video games. And okay, it might feel a bit uncomfortable if you're used to improving yourself, but do it as a test. Do it to sort of test your assumptions about self-improvement. And, full disclosure, I spent 6 months last year, 6 to 7 months, only playing video games. Only playing video games for like 5 to 6 hours a day. I'd sleep and do whatever bullshit during the day. I spent like 6 months just doing that. And there's so much I learned by just doing that. There's so much I discovered about myself and the world by doing that. Oddly speaking, within a virtual world. But, the virtual world sort of reflected back upon myself in my life, and I realized that I was shaming this part of me who liked video games. I was shaming the part of me that really wanted to relax and do nothing. I was shaming the part of me who just wanted to not be productive. Now what I did is I integrated that part of me. I accepted this part of me. I didn't want to fucking self-improve once in a while. I integrated that part of me that didn't want to meditate. And I think I haven't, for the last 2 to 3 months, I haven't meditated. I only meditated maybe like once a week or even less. And in a strange way, I'm happier now, in a strange way, that I didn't put the pressure on myself to meditate every single day. How strange is that? Maybe if you're at the beginning of your journey now, that's not relevant to you, but if you've been in it for a while, like me, and a lot of my subscribers now that have been subscribed to me for 8 years, I think you know what I'm getting to, right? All the veterans out there in self-help, that's maybe you right now if you're watching my videos and you're growing with me, take a fucking step back, relax, and enjoy your life. So in conclusion, self-improvement is good. Self-improvement is helpful at the beginning of your journey, but don't be afraid to let it go temporarily at least, or to put it aside so that you can explore different aspects of your life, have fun, enjoy your fucking life. And that's sort of my counter to stoicism, that I think that, a bit of hedonism doesn't hurt, and a bit of hedonism actually is is great for life. I don't believe myself, living like a monk, for example, and depriving myself of all pleasures. I don't think that's fun, but also I don't think that's, I don't think that's even realistic. Do whatever the fuck you want. At the end of the day, use your critical mind, and if you think that self-help is bullshit, then it's bullshit and stop it. If you think that it helps you, then do it. At the end of the day, do what makes you happy. And if you enjoyed this video about why you don't have to do anything to be happy, then watch this video here about how do you simplify your life. So I'll see you there.